Hey, what's up you guys? Today I'm back with another DoorDash video. If you haven't seen my video that I posted on my channel before, it is 6 tips on making more money with DoorDash. The video will be linked somewhere here below or on the screen. Today I will be talking to you guys about 6 things that I wish I knew before I started DoorDash. So first things first, you need to be tracking your mileage. So everyone loves to talk about the money that they have made with DoorDash, but no one ever talks about the gas that they have used up in order to get that money. So yes, you might have made $100 that day, but you could have used up $30 in gas a day. So you really only profited $70. This is the most important tip and the one that most people are not aware of. Remember you guys, when you're doing DoorDash, you have to have a business mindset. So there are many apps that you can use to track your mileage. So there's Stride, QuickBooks, and DoorDash even tracks your miles. Stride, which is completely free, and it's the one that I've been using. It's very easy to use. It's very simple. So I want to show you guys really quick the Stride app and just show you how simple and easy it is to use. You simply just go down to the bottom, and when you want to start tracking your miles, you put that in the middle right there where it says track miles. And it just starts going from then. It also tracks the time, and it tells you like an estimate of how much the tax deduction would be, but I wouldn't depend on that. I don't think it is very accurate. And you do have the option, if you have another side hustle, it'll say what this job is for, and obviously this one is for a delivery, so that when you go back to your history, you can see what was the that ride for. We're gonna go to my history so that I can show you guys how it looks after the miles have been recorded on the app. And you can go back a couple years as well, which is really cool. This is my first year using it, so I can't show you guys the past years, but we're gonna go to one of these dates so that you can see like the receipts for that day. This was on April 10th at 5:22 p.m. You can see the miles and the amount of time all the deliveries took, as well as a map of everywhere you went. Stride also does offer lots of benefits in their app. I've never looked into them just because I'm not interested, but you guys can go ahead and check that out on the app. All the sections are at the bottom. Another app that you can use is from QuickBooks. That one does cost money. I've never used that one just because they do charge you. Another way that I've heard you can track your mileage is on the DoorDash website on the desktop version. I've never checked it, but that is also another way. The purpose of tracking your mileage is to use that as a tax deduction. A tax deduction decreases your taxable income, which in turn decreases the amount of taxes that you will owe the government. In order to maximize your tax deductions, it is best to talk to a tax professional, but tracking your mileage is definitely one way. I'm sure that you guys have heard people say, oh, you can write that off. So writing it off is another way of naming a tax deduction. When going to a tax professional for self-employment taxes, you want to make sure they know what they are doing. For example, the person that I recently went to has a bachelor's in accounting rather than just the tax certification. She also explained to me every single thing in detail to make sure that I understood what was going on and where my money was going. And you want to go to somebody that's going to explain every single thing rather than you just watching them. Number 2, you can start dashing right before your kit even comes in the mail. My cousin did about 3 dashes before his kit came in, and everything went really well. If you do happen to need your red card to pay for an order, you can pay out of pocket and DoorDash will refund you that money for that purchase. Just make sure to do your research before actually paying out of pocket. I've never paid out of pocket for an order, but I do know that there is the option to do that, and DoorDash says that they will refund you that money. You can get to customer service on their app. I know recently they were not accepting calls. They were only accepting text messages through the app for customer service, but they do get to you pretty quickly and they resolve their issues fairly quickly as well. Number 3, do not expect to get tips for every order. You will not always get tips. and sometimes you will only get tipped $1. DoorDash should be looked at as a side hustle. DoorDash should not be your main source of income. There are multiple apps that you can use at the same time as well. Here are some other delivery apps that are also popular as well. I've done Postmates before, but it didn't go as well in my city. So you kind of have to try each one and see which one goes really well in your city and which one can make you the most money at the end of the day, right? You should always try to diversify your income with whatever it is, because like I said, DoorDash should just be looked at as a side hustle. The amount of income is not always set, and there are days where things will just be really slow. Don't get me wrong, DoorDash is great to make some extra cash, and you can definitely get a great amount of money each week, but either way, don't use it as your main source of income. Number 4, make sure you are dashing during the busiest days and times. So the busiest days are usually the weekends, like Fridays and Saturdays, and the busiest times throughout the week as well as the weekends is lunch and dinner. Lunch is usually from like 11:30 to 2 p.m. and dinner is like after 5 or 6. You will make the most amount of money during these times and days, so take advantage of that. Another thing with these busy times and days is that Another thing with these busy days and times is that DoorDash offers peak pays, meaning DoorDash will rate. For example, if DoorDash is paying you $2 per order during peak pays, DoorDash will up it up to like $6 extra. So peak pay is when DoorDash adds an extra amount per order. So for example, if you're only getting paid $2 per order during peak pay, DoorDash will up it up to like $6 or $7 per order. Or sometimes it can also be $3 or an extra dollar, but either way, just take advantage of the peak pays because they do add up. Number 5, this was one that I really wish I would have known before I started, was signing up using somebody else's link, because when you use someone's link versus when you just sign up on your own, you don't get the bonus. So when you sign up using somebody's link, you get a bonus, you get a certain amount. So if you complete like 60 orders within a certain amount of time, DoorDash will give you a bonus of $200. Do not quote me on the exact numbers, they might be slightly different, I don't remember. But the amount of time that DoorDash gives you is sufficient for you to be able to complete those amount of orders. Another thing is that if someone uses your link and if they complete those amount of orders in that time frame, you also get a certain amount of money for them completing those orders. So both people win in the situation. Okay, you guys, so I did go ahead and check in the app, but it is actually not 60 deliveries, rather it is 200 deliveries for a bonus of $200. Like I said, in the app you can also check to see how many deliveries they have done and how much money you have earned from your referrals. As you can see, I have not earned any because I don't know, my people are not hustling, but it does show the date that it expires. So if you really need that bonus, you can kind of hold each other accountable. So I think that's really cool. So it's a win-win. Both people are gaining from this situation. So I highly recommend that you guys just take advantage of it. If you guys have family members or friends that want to do DoorDash, make sure you send them your link and explain to them why it's important for them to use your link. Tip number 6, stacked orders. You guys can do more than one order at a time. I've done like I think 3 orders at a time. DoorDash will send them to you if they're like in the same area or in the same store. Don't be afraid to take stacked orders. They're very easy to do and they will make you more money in a short amount of time. You can also choose which order to pick up first and which order to drop off first. Before accepting the orders, you can check what stores they're going to be at and where you are supposed to drop them off to see if it's convenient for you. Don't be afraid to decline the orders as well. DoorDash will ask you why you declined it and it will have the option. One of the options is going to be that it was too far, and make sure you tell them it was too far so that they can know. And after that, they'll start sending you orders that are a lot closer to you. So yeah, don't be afraid to not accept orders that are too far, because if you keep accepting those orders, DoorDash will keep sending them to you. So make sure you decline them. Don't be afraid to decline them. Your money will keep coming in. All right, you guys, so that's it for this video. I really hope you learned something from these tips, And I hope you guys do really well on DoorDash. Don't forget to check out my other video and subscribe to my channel. My name is Krystal Esparza. You guys have a great and blessed day. Peace out.